Okay, so I'll refresh that. And there we go. Hey everyone, it's Jamie. Today I'm going to be doing an introductory video for beginners to learn how to build a website from scratch. And then I'm going to be explaining why you might not want to do that and why you might want to use like a framework instead. It'll make your life a little easier. So let's get into it. Alright, so here on my computer I have a folder, and I'm going to make a new folder. So a website is just a bunch of files, and I need a place to hold those files, so I'm going to put them in a folder called Scratch Website. Okay, now I need to make some files in this folder, and the easiest way for me to do that is to open this inside of my favorite text editor, which is VS Code. But basically all you need to do is be able to make files inside of that folder, okay? So here I'm going to be adding a new file, and I'm going to call it index.html. Okay, now index.html is the standard file for most all websites, so all websites have a file called index.html, which is like the root file where all the main template or structure code is located. So in fact we already technically have a website, so if we open this file back here, I'm going to open this file in Chrome, okay, so I'm going to drag it there, and then yeah, we already have, so this is technically a website. It's empty, but it's a website, and it's just referenced from the file system. It's not available to the world or anything like that. It's just available to me on my local machine. Okay, and if we look at the elements here, it's already created the HTML tag, the head, and the body tag. So what these are pieces of the website, basically. So every website needs an HTML tag, which is the outermost one, which just tells it that, hey, we're starting out here, and then the head tag has some logic stuff in it. You can configure like the title up here, which has index.html. So let's go ahead and do some of that stuff. So inside of here, I'm going to make those same tags, which were automatically generated by Chrome, since they were missing, but I'm going to put them for real in this index.html file. HTML, alright, that's the first one. Next one's head. Next one is body. And body is where all of the main template or formatting code goes for displaying things. Okay, so that's the most interesting part. We'll get to that in a second. And then in the head, there's also an important piece called the title. Alright, and I'm going to say this is Scratch Website. Okay, and as soon as we do that, I'm going to go over here and refresh this, and now the title changes to Scratch Website. Okay, so you can see that our code is actually being loaded here. This very simple file is making our own website. Okay, now we get to the interesting part, which is more elements. So a common element that you want to have is an H1. So H stands for header, and what we can do is just put Scratch Website one more time, and then we'll refresh that. And there we go. Now we actually see something on the page, which is nice. It says Scratch Website. Alright, and like I said, this site is only available to you on your local computer because it says file : / the location of the file on my computer. So other people aren't on my computer, so they can't access that file. Alright, and the way you put this file on the internet, I'll be doing a future video about that, about like hosting your files on the internet. It's completely free. Like you don't need to pay for hosting. There are free hosting sites out there. Like I use a service by Google called Firebase, and they have a free hosting platform. So all you got to do is upload the files to there. And again, I'll have a video about how to do that. And then once you have like a place to host your files, then you buy a domain like scratchwebsite.com, and then you have your domain provider point that domain to your hosted files, and then boom, you have a website that everyone can see on the internet. Alright, so let's get back to the actual website creation. So that's a header again, like I said. H1 means it's big. There's an H2, which is smaller. There's also a paragraph tag, which is like what it sounds like for text about the page. So this is text about the page. So you could like write a blog that way. You'd use lots of paragraph tags. Okay, so I'll refresh that. And there we go. Now I'm not going to cover all the elements, you guys. I just wanted to show you exactly like how a website is formed, and then I wanted to argue for using a framework, which is basically like a bunch of pre-built tools for you to use to structure your website in a way that allows you to write less code and overall just write faster and less buggy code. Okay, so yes, this is like a very small amount of code, but if you wanted to have like multiple tabs in your website, you'd have to duplicate a lot of this code, so it'd become pretty messy. Alright, so what I'd suggest you guys do is watch my video on how to get started in Angular. Okay, so Angular is a framework which allows you to build code a lot faster and a lot cleaner fashion. Alright, and it's also free. So yeah, check out those videos. I'll link to them on the top right here. Alright, and once you have Angular up and running, you can start using what's called Angular Material, which is a bunch of pre-built components. Like I'll show you a button inside of here just for comparison. So if we make a button here using a button tag, I'll call it submit. Okay, and if we refresh this page, we'll see our submit button. So I highly recommend you guys using a framework. My favorite one is Angular, not AngularJS, which is the old version, but Angular 2 plus, and then Angular Material as far as like libraries go. And yeah, be sure to check out my other videos, you guys. Let me know if you have any questions. I know you guys are probably beginners if you're watching this, so let me know what questions you guys have. I'll be sure to explain the best I can. And thanks a lot for watching, and be sure to subscribe for more videos like this.